Hey you, it's Jess here and it's so nice to see you. Today on my channel we are going to be planning my May reading journal spread, and this is my notebook therapy journal. This is the Cafe Nico design. So let's open her up and we'll get to where May is. I'll show you what is up with April. I didn't end up reading another book in April. I finished The Raven Scholar pretty near the end of it, so that's why I ended up reading these 5 books. But I think that still looks fine. I don't mind the gap there. And then you would have seen we did this page together, but I also finished this page, which I only showed in my one of my Plan With Me's. So I'll show you here as well in case you don't watch those ones. But I did finish up my playlist. These stickers here with the, these are game soundtracks for a game that gets updated like every month. And there's a new soundtrack each month. So I like to keep track of my favorite tracks in those because I'm obsessed. But I just used this, this is a Canva playlist graphic. It's like a free Canva one. I don't use Canva Pro, so unless they give me a free trial, I don't pay for Canva, so everything I use there is really for free. So this is a free playlist graphic, and I just put the soundtrack covers on there, and I just used some leftover Scribble Prints Co stickers for that. That was our One Piece spread that we did. I am going to be doing a separate video of my Pocopia spread, so I'm going to try this thing out where I'm going to do my separate spreads in different videos. So today we're just going to be doing May, and then I'll have another video up soon of my Pocopia spread, and I also have a TV show. This is how March ended up. I don't really love like the readathon pages, how they end up coming out, because I've been wanting to do more like simple stuff like this, but I still think it's really cute. But with that said, we've had a little update. I don't think I have anything to update on these pages because I tend to do these as I go. My like yearly tracking. Here's my 20 books in 2026, which is going pretty well. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books left from here, which I'm very excited about. Maybe I'll choose, I haven't picked my books for May yet, so we'll pick them together, but maybe I should pick some from here. Although I'm kind of putting off listening to The Fires of Heaven because it's just, Wheel of Time is a lot. But finishing off in May, I have now read 25 books this year so far. My goal is 40, so I'm doing pretty well. On my wish list, I've bought a couple of books, but still plenty to go. My series tracker, doing pretty well on that. This is just my library and trying to like work off my library. And then my Goodreads and ABC challenge. You can see my ABC challenge is going pretty well as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think a book I was looking at from my 20 books to read this month is The Incandescent by Emily Tesh. So that will give me the eye there. But we'll get there soon. It's always, I feel like it's always X, Z, and U that are the hardest to do. And this is how my bingo is going. I have 1 more month left of spring, so I could still do these ones. Maybe I should ask my luck, or maybe Andrea or somebody to pick a book for me sometime this month. But so we might not choose too many books in this video, just so we can leave room for maybe that kind of thing. So after April, because it was basically in March and April, we watched this show called Interview with the Vampire. You know, it's an adaptation of the Anne Rice book. You probably know about the original movies with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. I finally watched it because there is an internet space that I'm part of that is obsessed with this show. There's 2 seasons in AMC of the Interview with the Vampire, and they're obsessed with it. So I was like, fine. We ended up subscribing to Netflix for a month so we could watch the One Piece live action, and it was on there here in Finland. So I was like, you know what, let's just try it out. And we binge watched both seasons. They're so good. I'm kind of obsessed. So we're going to do a spread on that. I don't know if it's going to be a double page or single. I kind of printed off stuff to be a single, but that'll be another video where I'll talk about that. But that's going to be before that. If it is a single, I'll have to think of something else to put on this page, but that is alright. There's always something. But here is where we're going to be doing our May reading journal spread. And I'm going to be using the Scribble Prints Co. It's the junk journal and the reading journal pages together of Kawaii Groceries. This was a recent mystery. I think it was March mystery, which is art that I drew. I just thought it was super bright and airy, and I liked the pinks and the purples and the blues. I just thought it'd be really cute. So the reading journal stuff, we have the small mini ransom ransom letters and numbers. We have this arch scene. We have some swatches. The only thing with using these kits is I do like to keep it a bit more simple, so we'll see how it comes out. We have these washi borders, torn papers. We have small deco. We've got tons of it. We have large deco. We have these grocery baskets. And then this is the junk journaling kit. We have a Polaroid. We have the guest check, which I do like to use to write my TBR in. We have large ransom letters. And we have some large deco. And then we have a scene box. And we have 2 A5 papers, which I think are super cute. So I don't know if I'm going to use the scene, full scene, but we'll see how we go. The guest check is purple, so I think I want to make this, like I'm going to do it similar to Feb and January. I'll show you. So January was like this. And see, I use the guest check. I take it off if I read the book, the name of the book, and then I put in what medium the book is in. And I really liked the way that went. This is all journaling stuff. And this is our February. It's very, very similar. I don't have a big monthly banner for this one, so we will use this smaller one, but we might do some layering. But I think I do want to start off with just a full page of this paper, because I think it's real cute. So, let's just get into it. They are A5 page size. She just made it a bit smaller so you have like the label there. And also makes it easier to peel up. But we are going to line it up with the top of the page. And then by folding it down and doing it little by little, we don't have like any air bubbles kind of thing. I'm really feeling the May spirit. You know, I've got the butterfly nails. I've got... This is my I Am Knuff Ken jumper. You obviously can't see the graphic. There it is. But it's actually quite chilly, even though it's been sunny here. So let me cut this off, and I'm just going to cut this part out because it's kind of annoying to film cutting up this stuff. Alright, that is the paper all stuck in. Super easy. Put that aside. And yes, I'm obviously going to put the guest check over. And what can we layer with the, like May? I feel like the grocery basket. I do want to do sort of a grocery basket flat lay, which you can do with these smaller decos. I think that'll be fun. But maybe, do I want to do it on a torn paper, or do I want to do it, like we could even do it on like a washi strip. Sort of layer it like this. I'm looking at this pink one. So if you layer it like that, and then what letters can we get out of May? I'm going to use the back of this just to collect my May stickers. Let's do a big green. You do this one. And in Y, we can do, I guess, the purple one. So that'll be this May script. I suppose like maybe it's still too small, but we could like maybe make it shorter. Just trying to think how I want to layer it. Unless we layer it over the top of this pink, but that'd be kind of pink on pink. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. So I kind of want to like do the strip like that. See there? And then I'm gonna do the guest check. I'm just gonna wing it. Just my usual style of winging it. And then we could kind of layer it a little bit over me. Alright. So you have a bit of May there. I think that looks alright. Now I do want to get my grocery basket in. Do I want to use the blue? We could use the yellow or the green. I'm going to use the yellow, I think. Maybe put like that there, the grocery basket. And we can put grocery pieces in it, but we should also look at our other deco that we have here. So, do I want to put in a person? Depends on how much space they're going to take up. I guess I'm not going to read that, like a bajillion books. So maybe we can put this person in with the apples. And that kind of limits us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. I think I'll be okay because I'm in a little bit of a reading. I guess I'm on a reading. What do they call it? Like hangover, because I recently finished the last of the Bloodsworn Saga books. I finished The Fury of the Gods. I was just like, it was really, really good. I highly recommend John Gwynn's The Bloodsworn Saga trilogy. So good. The Viking fantasy with really good female characters especially. But it was a lot. In the end, we went through a lot, you guys, in that series. So I'm quite tired. I just had a little hangover from finishing it and like, you know, processing it. We'll have some milk, some raspberries. I really like these leeks that I drew. Maybe we can have a little candy. No, we won't do the candy yet. What else should we put in here? I kind of love the, we've only got yellow capsicum. So maybe we'll do some honey. Some honey in here. And then maybe we'll do some ice cream in the middle. Some ice cream might be nice. And then we'll put the little candy in. That'll be our little grocery thing. We can do a bit more decoration in a minute. But I have to think about what I want to do on the other side. Like, do I just want to do a full page cover with this pattern? Like, have 2 patterns, and then how the book cover is going to go. So I do have my star rating stickers in here. And they do have like the white underneath, so I'd have to think about how I would want to do that. Unless I want to try and layer. You have to also pick some books, but we could always, I don't know if I want to layer with like the watercolor or not. Like how that would look on top of this. Because my book covers are pretty big. I'm not sure. Or if I just want to do what I did in previous months and just tear the paper out. Because I did it in Feb as well. I did this side one, which I kind of don't love because they kind of have to like squeeze in a bit weird. Although maybe we could do like a bottom or top tear. That could work. Tearing the bottom maybe. We have a lot of deco down here, but we're gonna have to move, like, do more deco around. But if we tear it on the top, we might actually have more, you know, deco up there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tear at the top. Maybe like to here. Always a bit scary doing that, but it'll be worth it in the end. So this one I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna peel it up and fold. And then we're gonna place it. I don't want to place it all the way in the middle because otherwise it could fold up weird. And now we're just gonna follow it along because it is pretty straight. And now I can just quickly trim at this end. Alright, the end is trimmed. Making a bit of a mess here, so let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Alright, we're looking good. I'm going to anchor this. I find like it just anchors better. Like, I don't know, it just feels more complete when I put like a little marker line around it, sort of just to pull the page together. So I do have my Tombow markers in here. This is just a container set from IKEA. I got 2 of them. It comes in a pack of 2 and it has like this clear blue. And it fit all of my markers in here. So this one, I put all of my markers that I'm using all the time, like either for my monthly spread plus my yearly tracker. So I do have a monthly one in here that I'm not using these ones currently. Okay, I think the rest of these in here are for my yearly tracker, but I'm not going to use these for this spread, and so I'm going to put them in the other home just to keep them a bit more organized. But this also keeps them, they should really be like, it's better to keep them lying down for the ink. So I think we're just going to pull out the trusty old 623. I do have a second one of these because I feel like the brush tip of this one's getting a bit funky, but for now it's still good. So I'm just going to use the smaller marker end and do a line across the outer dots. And I feel like this just pulls it all in together. As you can see there, I don't know, it feels more like a complete page. And I think in this spread we are going to bring in, like when I do my star ratings, as you see here, I just use one pen here. I think I'm going to use like any of my ones here because we have all the colors available to us. So, unless we wanted to use this, no, I feel like that wouldn't give us enough room for books. Or maybe it could. Would this be completely wacky? Or we're going to continue to look at our other decos. So, we have these bigger decos from the junk, which I think are real cute. Kind of want to do this loaf bakery bread. Maybe here. And maybe we can use like this here. But then I feel like I should use some smaller deco then to go with that one. Because of the basket. I'm going to put like the cereal and maybe the ketchup. Do some little layering here. The bok choy. Then that's really cute. And then here, we could do some more across the top. Got Kewpie mayo. I do want to put this ramen in, so I'll put this green ramen there. Oh, we did have a different capsicum. We had an orange one. Just put it there. Alright, so that's it for now. But let's pick the books that I'm going to read. So this is just how I have these right now. I used a Word document. I just used Word to make these pictures. And I think they are 2.5 centimeters wide by 3 centimeters tall. Or is it 2 by 3? Either way, or 3.5. Either way. Something like that. If you really want to know my dimensions, let me know in a comment and I'll give you the proper dimensions. But I just make a big Word document with literally, I save all of my book covers of everything I own, as well as the things that are on my wish list. And for my wish list, I print off 2 because I usually put a wish list page in. And I just did it for my entire collection because I just printed off a bunch of pages, cut them all down, because I don't want to have to be constantly printing them. So I think I do want to read The Incandescent this May. We have The Eye. Now technically, Taylor Realities is a book of short stories. And that is on my bingo. Because if you look at the spring bingo. So, for spring bingo we have a short story collection. And this would give me a bingo. And I'm pretty sure this is a short story collection. Yes, sci-fi and fantasy tales. I have this on audio. that would probably be okay. So that's Tailored Realities by Brandon Sanderson. I think that's just a bunch of his collected and previously unrelated cosmic stuff, I'm pretty sure. The Incandescent Emily Tesh, I think that's a fantasy. My partner actually bought it. And then I saw that it was on the Goodreads Awards last year, and I was like, oh, didn't you get this book? I think it's because Emily Tesh has some other good, like maybe sci-fi books before this one. So, yeah. I think we have other Emily Tesh books in our collection. But anyway, where was it? I'm just like not being able to get to my 20 and 20. So Incandescent is on my 20 books in 2026. So maybe I should choose another one. But I don't think any more of them are going to work. Debut author. I saw that Raven Scholar, she's not a debut author, so I didn't get to use that one. I don't think I have any pastel covers. I feel like that's very, I don't know, a bit more romance booky kind of prompt. I mean, look at all my covers here, like even on this page, but even here, there's not much pastel. Would this be considered pastel? I don't think that's the first book of that series. My problem is I really have to make an actual organization of these eventually, because I'm not sure what's first in a series when I look at them this way, and I pick them up this way. But I don't think there's anything really real pastel in here. But I have to consider. Oh, but I have the light fulls. So this is the last book in James Islington's trilogy. So this is his trilogy that he's finished before The Will of the Many, The Strength of the Few. And I've read the first two books of this one, and I've read Will of the Many, and I'm thinking like I kind of want to finish this trilogy before I get back into his hierarchy one. So maybe I will put this one on my list just so I can finally finish this trilogy off. I think that'll be good. So those two are both digital books, and this one's audio. But this is short stories, so I feel like it won't take forever to do this audio. So I should probably pick another audiobook. And that's how I really should. I need to organize these by audio, digital, and also by series, probably. But what else do I have in here that I could do audio? Now these ones, this has been on my list forever, but I took it off my 20 by 20. Should I just look back on my 20? Because I feel like I didn't finish the 25 in 2025, which is why I made it 20 this year. And I would like to finish this. But the only problem is my main audiobook on this is either Strength of the Few, which as I said, although if I read this first and I finished it, then I could do the Strength of the Few right after. But my other one is The Fires of Heaven, which actually I feel like would take me the entire month. Because, my God. Wheel of Time is a lot. And I've read a few books recently where it has the same narrator, Michael Kramer. And he's a really great narrator, but I'll be honest, I'm a bit worn out. I'm a bit tired of him at the moment. I just need a break from Michael Kramer. So I might just have to pick something that's not on here, but at one point I'm going to have to listen to The Fires of Heaven. I feel like it'll be too much because The Light of All That Falls, this trilogy is very Wheel of Time-esque, so there might be just too much Wheel of Time-esque stuff. So yeah, audiobook, digital. Okay, I just want to at least pick one more audiobook, and then it leaves me room if I finish these two, because I'm much faster reading on my digital than I am audiobook. So, but maybe I try and find something that's a bit more springy, because it's the last month of spring. We finally have some spring. We've had some more sunshine, and the trees are actually blooming. They weren't until like literally right now. So, what could be springy? And I know you're probably seeing the Encyclopedia of Fairies in here, but that's on my wish list. I don't own it. And if I was going to do audiobook of it, yeah, I'd probably pick it up. But if I want to, well, actually, didn't I just say I want to do audiobook? I could pick this up because I am still suffering from this book hangover and I need something like soft to read. And I don't own anything soft. I mean, look at my book covers. Alright, so maybe I'll pick this up because I do have a bunch of credits because Alex, my partner's mom, loves to send us audiobook credits. So let's put that in there. Yeah. And then I'll ask my partner or maybe a friend to recommend me a book. Or maybe you, if you have a book recommendation for me. I know I tend to use these videos a lot of just me recommending books to you. But if you have something that you think I should read, if you've been watching these and you know what I like, or you can suggest something a bit different, a bit more out there for me, but maybe I would try it. Just let me know. Leave it down below, and I'd love to know. And maybe I'll pick that book. And maybe I can mark that off as you're the friend who picked a book for me. So yeah, please leave me down below some book recs. I'm going to leave room so that I can put 2 more books in, so that's 6 books. I did 5 books the last month. January, I think, was 7 books, so I feel like that's a good average way here. And The Ladder That Falls is a big book, so I feel like that will work out all right. So now I'm just going to put my Scribble Prints Co. star ratings. This is version 3. I stocked up on this size because I think it's not the perfect size under these book covers, but I think they work the best. All right, I like that. Do I want to put any more deco in or make it a bit more different? What do I want to use to write on here? Maybe I'll just use my purple. It'll be purple and purple because I do like to write them in here as well. Especially if if I pick a book you recommend me and I won't have the book cover for it, unless you saw it in my collection there, then I can write it here and still just print it off later. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly write out my TBR. Alright, there we go, that's written out. I feel like, did she make the guest check smaller? Yeah, because that's like, look at my big old handwriting versus this one. But that's okay, it still works out. I really like to write with these markers, it feels good. But is that going to be the finished end? I don't know. Like, we could put a bit more around, like maybe like little candy, because I have plenty of leftovers. Like, there's always going to be some spread I use because, like, for comparison, this one is all leftovers. That's like literally all I had left from this set, so I can always use the leftovers. I keep all of these stickers as leftovers. Maybe I can put a little bit more by this person. I'll put a little of the rabbit. If you couldn't tell, with kawaii groceries, I was really trying to do a lot of references to good, popular kawaii grocery stuff. So, we got like sriracha, we got Kewpie mayo. And I just had a lot of fun with it. I really like how bright and fresh it is, especially for new spring. Maybe it's something, I don't know if I have something small left to put there that I really want to, unless I just put this butter. Butter. Alright, I think that is going to be a wrap on the May spread. I do like the way it came out. I'm still considering, like, because I did this one page for the book I reread here, Yumi, which was inspired by Kirsten. Let me have a look. I've lifted up a sticky by Kirsten. So I always could do more of these, like a page about a book. I haven't quite got that yet. Let me have a look at my April books if I would want to do a page. Annihilation was really cool. Just going over my books again. The Raven Scholar, overall I enjoyed it, but wasn't quite there for me yet. All the characters were supposed to be in their 30s, but they were kind of teenagery, kind of high school pettiness. And I know royal courts could be pretty petty, but it was pretty petty. And yeah, the competition was a little unbalanced. They're all it's a competition for them to become like the emperor, but some of them are very chill about it, and it's very weird. I kind of just went with the flow. A lot of the humor actually reminded me a little bit of Brandon Sanderson, I will say, especially the humor with the Ravens and with Solo. But yeah, I liked it. So it's a 3, like it's a solid book, but I didn't feel like super invested, especially the characters. I didn't care emotionally about them. But I probably would continue to read it. Then I read The Man Who Was Thursday by G.K. Chesterton. This is a classics book. It's from 1907 or something, about anarchy. It is a very strange book, and it was very enjoyable up until the end, where it's just kind of like, okay. The end is very like, it's God, yo. It's like, all right then. But when I looked up Chesterton, he is a very interesting Victorian period person, like as just a person to read his wiki about. There's a lot of stuff on him. And he was very conservative, very Catholic. So there's definitely some politics in here, which is, but it was interesting enough to 3. It wasn't terrible, especially for a classic. Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. Oh my god, 4 stars. I was enrapt. Just, I'm always saying that word. I don't know what I want to say, but I was obsessed with reading it. It's a short book, so I definitely kind of I didn't realize it was a series, so I'm definitely going to pick up the rest of the books because I really liked it. Apparently the movie Annihilation starring Natalie Portman is only loosely inspired by this book. He kind of just like did the vibes. Like the director himself said he just took the vibes from this book. It's not the book direct, but this was so weird and so cool. And I loved it. I really enjoyed the way he wrote women as well. So I highly recommend that actually. As a weird dystopian science fiction, just delving into like reality changing kind of stuff. And then I finally read Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. If you don't like spiders, this one is difficult because there's straight up spiders in this book. It's kind of infamous for that. I did enjoy it and I will be continuing to read it. I didn't 100% love it, but I did enjoy it overall. But the spider stuff was difficult for me because, I grew up in Australia and I still have trauma from spiders. Luckily, Finland has been pretty spider-free for me, so I'm not as bad as I used to be. I definitely couldn't have read this a decade ago, but now I could. And I did enjoy it as a sci-fi. Fury of the Gods, it was 4.5 and not a 5 because, by John Gwynn, it was 4.5 because I got a little tired of the battles. Like there's a lot of battling in this, lots of individual battles, big battles, duels, battling, battle. So if you enjoy endless battle description, yeah. I mean, they're really, really good descriptions, but I got fatigued. That's what I want to say. I got a little fatigued near the end of the book and I started skimming the battling a little bit, just because, especially in the 60 to 80% left, that's kind of 20% of the book, I was like, there's still tons of time left in this book, and I feel like these battles are not key. So I was skimming them a little because I got a bit fatigued. So for me, that took down 0.5. Otherwise, it would have been a perfect book. It was a pretty close to 5-star perfect trilogy overall. Loved all 3 books. So definitely recommend as a sort of brutal Viking fantasy. You have gods, you have dragons and all sorts of things. You have big wolves. You have people who have god blood in them. So they have like magical powers. You've got like mercenary bands as well as like different individual people. It was very much felt like, these are mostly normal people who get swept up in this huge thing that happens in history. And I think the end was really good. I will say a lot of people died. A lot. But in the end, I really did enjoy it, and I did tear up at the end. It was a satisfying end to the trilogy, I will say. So if we're all caught up then on what I read in April. Look out for my videos soon of doing Pocopia and Interview with the Vampire spreads, because I like to put all sorts of stuff in my journal. I just call it my journal now. It's not quite a reading journal. There's other stuff in it too. But I hope you enjoyed having a look through my journal and talking about my books and putting down my May spread. If you like this, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything out. There should be a playlist that this is on so you can see the rest of the journal. Obviously, I've got a ton in here already. So definitely, if you're interested in the rest of my journal, I have all of it filmed and put up in a playlist for 2026. And then I have my 2025 and 2024 stuff there as well, if you're interested. But yes, that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Remember to, if you have a book in mind that you think I should read, definitely leave it down below. I'd love to see it and give it a try. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.